You're watching Escape Adulthood Live, your number one source for long-lasting, fast-acting, physician-approved adultitis relief.
On this week's show, we're talking about sunrises, eating elephants, and the most important step to achieving a dream.
Greetings and salutations. This episode is brought to you by people like Kelsey Schneider, Cherry Johansson, and Sarah Stone Weber. Their membership in the Wonder Whimsy Society supports us in this work to fight adultitis. Thank you.
Yes, if you'd like to annihilate the adultitis in your life, learn more about the Wonder and Whimsy Society, or about our newest offerings, become an insider, if you're not already, at escapeadulthood.com/subscribe. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Happy Wednesday.
I kind of want to go to a zoo now that all these zoo animals are being talked about.
Yep, asking what is your favorite zoo animal, and we've got
a lot of giraffe lovers, a lot of penguin lovers. Are we surprised, right?
Got some
That's what I'm talking about.
Flamingos or tigers.
Flamingos. Our daughter Ro loves flamingos.
Kelsey says zedonk is another animal at our local zoo. I have never heard of that before.
I love the obscurities here. I know Paul mentioned.
Is that like donkey?
Cody.
And the giraffe and the bears.
It's just an accent.
Yeah.
Right?
It's just a French zoo. It's a French zoo.
So it's kind of fun. I'm curious where this is all going. You're talking about zoo animals tonight?
Well, we're talking about elephants tonight.
Elephants?
In particular, yes.
Oh, hence the artwwork. See, I'm just catching up. So,
Welcome to the show, Kim.
Don't mind me.
It's great to have you here. What brings you to these parts?
I was just wandering around and I just happened to sit in this cool red chair and, it looked like something cool was going on.
Well, I'm glad you made your way here. Speaking of you,
great.
We got a little show and tell action here tonight.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think I'd like to hear a little bit more about this project. When I say I'd like to hear, it means I'd like you to tell other people about it. Get a little bit of a project.
Yesterday, if you're a Celebrate Everything calendar kind of person, which I hope you are at this point, if you're like, what are you talking about? We put out the Celebrate Everything calendar every year featuring Jason's artwork and 365 holidays to celebrate. But yesterday was, let me think, Nature Photography Day. And so this kind of ties right into what I've been doing. Today was day 13 of a project I have fondly named.
13 already?
Yeah.
Wow.
Almost halfway done. Project Rise and Shine. So as many of you know, we have our Escape Adulthood Summit coming up soon. And with that, I always give some sort of presentation. And so a couple weeks ago, we were coming off a busy May, and I was in my morning quiet time. I kind of put out this prayer of like, okay, what am I supposed to share with everybody at that summit? Because my brain is a little full. And immediately the answer was, come for the sunrise for 30 days in a row, and I'll tell you everything that you should say. And so I'm like, well, that seems easy. Oh, easy. Well, the good news is the first few days, of course, it feels early, but I couldn't even, my body is now waking up. Isn't it amazing how you do that? So 4:50, I'm up every day to see this beautiful sunrise. So I've been learning a few things. I want to share a few things with you guys that I've been kind of putting out there into the world. So one of the things I'm learning is that no sunrise is the same at all. So
like snowflakes, huh?
I know. I'm like 13. You would think 2 would have been similar. No, not even similar. So even if they're kind of simple sunrises where the sky isn't painted big canvas, I've been telling Jason, God uses little canvases and he uses big canvases. And it's always interesting to me to see what canvas he's going to use that day. So even if it's simple, they're very different from one another. So one of the things I wanted to share is this little picture. So this is one of the dandelions I found. I love doing dandelions, of course, with our weeds and wishes kind of thing. So I love playing with the light and all of that. But this one, as you can see, is kind of at the end of its game, right? There's not a lot left here. So as I was taking it, I kind of had this moment where I'm like, this will not be here tomorrow. It gets real gusty on the edge of Lake Michigan. And so that mentality of how fleeting a lot of beauty actually is, and whether it's just that moment you see a deer or an eagle or whatever it is, like a lot of beauty is fleeting. And many of you know from my past talks at the summit, one of my favorite words is savor. So it just kind of put me in that mentality of like, pay attention and savor, because this is going to be gone very quickly. Another one that I put up and shared is this, what I was looking at looked to me to be like an angel wing. And unfortunately in the square format, it doesn't do it justice, but the edges really did kind of extend more like an angel wing on both sides. And it was really vast. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so pretty. I'm kind of savoring it. I'm taking it in. And I'm like journaling, which is part of my process. And I looked up and it was gone. And
doesn't take long.
It just, again, reminded me of like, oh, like don't take anything for granted, because here we are. This was a whole big cloud formation and it had dissipated, or, it didn't look like an angel wing anymore, which if you've ever cloud watched is part of the fun, right? It's constantly changing. So those two pictures kind of reminded me of those little messages. And it kind of goes along with what we've been talking about with our clients lately, which is what is happening this summer for you that will not happen any other summer. And for us, it's a 12-year-old Lucy and a 9-year-old Ben and a 7-year-old Ro, which I can't believe. That's it. This is
not
the
going
summer.
to get another one of those again.
Right. And this is what we've been kind of challenging our clients with. Maybe we've mentioned it here too, because it is on our mind a lot. And I have been making conscious choices based on that. So I even put up a post this morning for the Escape Adulthood League about some of the things I've been trying to do. These little steps that are big wins, And I think we all have those chances in our lives to take little steps that are big wins. And if we kind of have more perspective of what is fleeting, what won't always be here, maybe it's a neighbor, maybe it's a parent, maybe it's a spouse, like it just kind of puts things in the right order to be able to make choices that you won't regret. Mm-hmm. So one more picture to share. Here's my happy place. This is where I have the honor of enjoying these amazing sunrises. Actually, I had a friend today who I talked to, and she said, "Is that swing really your swing? Do you sit on that swing?" I'm like, "Yes, we do." And it is, we don't take it for granted, you guys. This is our happy place. And that's my question for you. Where is your happy place? Where is it right now that when you spend 5, 10, 30 minutes there, you are a better person because of it? And I think that place will not just find itself for you. You have to consciously seek it out, and you have to carve out time to be in that happy place. So take this, this little slowdown of summer, I hope for you. It tends to be a little slowdown for people, and find that happy place and spend as much time there as possible.
Yeah, so. It's funny to say this happy or a slow time, because it often is. But as we've talked about a couple weeks ago with the reopening of things, like I feel like things are accelerating, maybe more so than we even want.
Yes.
In terms
of that happy place busyness may not just find, like
all
I said,
the more reason to be there, to park there. Yep.
Right.
Well, you've got a lot of fans here. Kelsey says, "I'm loving your posts."
Thanks, Kelsey.
Dorothy also says, "Love your pictures." Mary Beth looks forward to the pictures every day, as does Helen and the views. So that's pretty cool. Like, people following along.
That's so cool, guys. Mm-hmm. Thank you. And I'm on page 45 in my journal that I started on day 1. So I am thrilled that this talk is coming together. And I have to tell you that there's a lot of surprises that I'm discovering. So It's going to be cool to share.
Let's see. Meg says her happy place is our deck with sprinklers on and pups playing.
I love it.
Sharon, our neighbor's almond orchard.
Ooh.
That's pretty cool. I've never been in an almond orchard.
No, I can't even picture what it would be like.
Brenda says, our cabin. I take lots of pictures to enjoy when we're not there and smile every time. Yeah, that's a good reminder to have that around, right? Mm-hmm. Well, that's good. I'm glad it's been fruitful for you. It's kind of neat to see. I have the fortunate opportunity of hearing some of the insights that come. Not all of them, but every once in a while she comes in
This is
Gives me a
full
little
circle though,
wisdom.
guys, because the other day I went into his studio and he's painting one of my pictures.
Plagiarism.
So I'm just like in awe that there's some sort of symbiotic artistic expression happening here. So we'll see where it goes, and we're excited to share with you as it develops.
This is pretty cool. Steve says, I'm actually outside walking
Aww.
while I listen today and enjoying the beauty.
That's
pretty
awesome.
rad. Cool, Steve.
Good for
Hope you enjoy your walk.
Don't you love technology?
I know.
We're going for
Crazy.
a walk with you, Steve. How cool is that?
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Well, it seems sort of ridiculous to not bring up the Wonder Hunt cards after talking about Kim's photography. And we've kind of talked a little bit about the challenges, but there's another thing that kind of makes this cool, and actually where it began, that I want to make sure people know about.
All of Wonder Hunt, began in the fall of 2019 with a course that's part of our Escape Adulthood League. So there is a community. So basically, when you get the cards and you start doing some Wonder Hunts, you can log in to a course that's a part of our Escape Adulthood League, and there's a whole community of people who are also taking on these Wonder Hunt challenges and sharing their pictures and sharing their stories. So it becomes a much bigger experience if you want it to be, which I love that aspect of this. If you want to be able to get, kind of put your thoughts out there for other people, it's an invitation to do so.
I like that too, that people can, like, maybe you pull a challenge and you're like, I don't know what to do.
Right.
And then you can just go on to the league, the special group, and see what other people posted. And then there's a little bit of like inspiration there to kind of say, oh, okay.
That was actually one of my favorite parts of this whole experience of sharing Wonder Hunt with the world, was to take one challenge and then, in these original courses, they were going live. So you would check that night, and here there's, 50 people or 20 people or whatever it was on the day sharing what they did on that same day with that challenge. And that is kind of a neat aspect to be able to say, hey, I didn't even think of that that angle on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if that looks interesting to you, if you don't already have your own Wonder Hunt deck, check it out at escapeadulthood.com/wonderhunt.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
The most important step to achieving a dream is the next one. How to eat an elephant. I'm not sure what elephants taste like or why you'd ever want to eat one, but the answer, of course, is one bite at a time. Mustard is optional, but a little enthusiasm never hurts. Now, the same instructions apply when it comes to accomplishing a big dream. One bite at a time. Tinkering embodies the spirit perfectly. Tinkering implies baby steps, not grand gestures. Little of this, little of that. I've accomplished some of my biggest dreams in the past few years. They were all accomplished with a healthy dose of tinkering, taking one baby step at a time. The first step was just deciding to go for it. The next step was to draw one comic strip. The next step was to share it online. And the next step was to draw another one. Like I said, baby steps. I ended up drawing thousands of comic strips, but not all at once. And even though the comic strip has been retired for well over a decade, the audience I grew and the lessons I learned were instrumental in getting me to where I am now. Now, people nod when I tell them to start with the first step because it makes sense. They sometimes laugh when I tell them the first step might be something drop dead simple, like just deciding, or reading a book, or asking someone for advice, or drawing one comic strip. But then they can't help themselves. They mentally forecast the second step, then the third, and maybe make it all the way to step 17 before they get stuck or encounter a fake no. In their head, step 17 is extremely difficult, or impossible, or even more terrifying, completely unknown. That's when the dream hits a roadblock, and more often than that, dies. Do you have a dream in your heart? Don't murder it just because you don't know how you'll ever overcome step 17. Right now, step 17 might seem hazy. Not to worry. It'll become abundantly clear right after you take step 16. Step 17 may seem insurmountable. Cool. You might be surprised how the growth you experience in the first 16 steps magically transforms it into a molehill. And don't be surprised if step 17 looks quite a bit different than you imagine today, or is rendered altogether irrelevant after step 12 prompts you to take an unexpected turn, like the day I felt called to retire my comic strip. Repeat after me. I don't have to know step 17 before I take step number 1. Start with step number 1, and for the love of penguins, don't combine 6 steps into 1 step. Just start with lowly, insignificant step number 1. Yes, it might be obvious. So simple a child could do it. Too small to make any noticeable difference. Step number 1 will most definitely be all of these things, but only one question matters. Have you done it? No? Then quit worrying about step 17 and effing do step number 1. My apologies for the candor, but your dream matters to me, and this fires me up. These elephants don't eat themselves.
I love your passion on this because we really do get a lot of people with excuses. Is that a good way to word it?
It is. I think it is. And I think it's exactly like we saw it in our Dream Big Mastermind. We talked about dreaming a couple weeks ago for the Wonder and Whimsy Society. And I can see it in people's heads that they're calculating like, okay, then I do this and I do this and I do this. And then they get to the roadblock and I know like murdering a dream is very graphic,
Visceral.
but I think that's basically what it's doing because you're the one doing it to yourself by holding yourself up in something that you don't even know what, like I said, step 17, what that is yet. So
I like Helen's. She said, put one foot in front of the other and soon you'll be walking out the door. Yeah. You don't think those steps add up, but they really do. Step 1 is so obvious, like you said. Probably the next one is going to be really obvious too, you know? And it just really does. Before you know it, you can look back and say, oh my goodness, I am already on step 10. And I didn't think it was going to be this. It's never easy, but it's simple.
It's simple, yeah. And I can't even talk about how often it never goes the way you think. I mean, I thought I was going to be a syndicated cartoonist, and at the time when we got married and we first started this adventure, that was the obvious next step. It was like, okay, let's start a comic strip and let's try to get it syndicated. And that didn't work. So what's the next step? We'll publish it ourselves and try to build an audience that way. And now it's kind of weird to think about, like, the comic strip is long gone, but the lessons we learned are still there. And those steps were crucial to get us to where we are today. So
such a foundation.
Hopefully that is inspiration and encouragement for you. Just take that first step, even if it is the dumbest, most idiotic, basic step. If you haven't already done it, then what are you waiting for? Right.
I have a feeling that you're meant to say that to someone tonight. So I don't know who it is, but whoever's listening either tonight or on the replay, if you know who you are, you take that next step.
All right, it is time to get out those crayons, pencils, markers, chalk, whatever, ballpoint pen. It could be anything. Paint? We're going to take you step by step through drawing like we always do, and I'm excited about this one. I had to go for a walk today to think about it. I was kind of stumped, and I'm like, what can we draw today that would be fun? Sometimes they're just obvious. This one took a little bit of effort, but
Christy, by the way, mentioned for the love of penguins. I was wondering who's going to mention that. I know.
I think I need to make a T-shirt with that.
Right? Oh, yes, please.
All right, so here's where we're going to start. Here is with a couple lines near the bottom of your page, and you can just kind of bring it off the towards the bottom. All right, then we're going to do some little curvy lines. Actually, I want to start a little bit higher than the other lines there. Yeah. So I'll make this line a little bit shorter.
Brenda Kinnear says, for the love of penguins is the best thing I've ever heard.
All right. So we got first start here. Now we're going to draw a couple little baby lines up here, little angled lines like this. Okay.
Interesting.
All right, now I'm going to draw a curved line to connect those two lines that I just drew.
I like that line. Steven says, "Shut up and take my money" for the t-shirt. That line always makes me laugh.
All right, now this line here, we go like down this way and this way off the page.
Okay.
All right. Now we're gonna draw a little U's, well, flat U's, I guess. Okay, and we'll put in some little eyelashes here, and then I'm gonna draw a couple lines there. We got a little trunk. We get a little elephant here.
It's cute.
And I love elephants have these little
hairs
up here. So we're gonna put that in there.
Head whiskers.
Head whiskers, yeah. And then I'm gonna pretend like this elephant is dreaming. So what do elephants dream about? Well, we're gonna draw kind of a little C there, and then we're gonna draw another bump up here. What are you laughing at?
Helen said, I was worried about which end we were viewing. I was too at first, Helen. I'm like, where's this going?
All right, so we're drawing a little peanut here. And a little simple way to draw a peanut is to draw a couple horizontal lines and some vertical lines. And you got a little bit of a peanut. Now, I'm going to draw some a dream cloud. Is that what they call that?
Like a sleep bubble?
So just, kind of a sleep bubble.
Which, by the way, remember when Sherry was here and she said peanuts? What bird will eat the peanuts? Did you say blue jays?
I thought you said blue jays.
I know.
I was kind of surprised at that.
She said if you get peanuts in the shell and put them out, the blue jays love them. So we might have to do that.
All right, and then we got some other little cloud,
That's cute.
pieces. So he's like, this is what
hungry.
he's thinking about, right? And then we'll add some color here.
Oh, I love the callbacks. Jennifer Tackett is wondering about the circus peanut. Is this going to be the circus? Yeah, Kristen Haney says, yes, it must be orange.
All right. Well, if that seems to be the consensus, then we'll get our little elephant here.
It's cute.
Colored in. Where was that experience that we had where we got to touch an elephant?
Oh, yeah.
Very up close. It was like a photo op at a zoo.
Yes, Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. That's right. That's one of our favorite things to do as a family is visit zoos.
Yes.
And yeah, we got a little photo op. It was like a little ticket we bought to go up to the elephant, and we didn't feed it or anything. We just got a picture with it, but we could
pet it.
Man, you look right in their eyes.
I know.
It's unbelievable. It's ridiculous.
Obviously, in a zoo type setting, their enclosures don't usually let you get too close. So that was pretty
cool.
Amazing. Yeah. And I see earlier in the show, a couple people were talking about having ridden an elephant. I think Sharon and Steven.
That would be awesome.
That would be, I can't imagine that feeling. That would be really cool.
Of course, then there's those flying elephants that you see every once in a while.
Yes. We did ride those at Disney.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite experiences at Disney.
All right. So they want the orange circus peanut.
They want the orange circus. Yeah. Everybody do it. Do it. They're chanting.
There we go.
So Meg says that, her husband has bought unshelled peanuts for the crows. He's hooked on learning about crows.
Interesting.
That's interesting because we've been hearing
crows are no joke.
I know. Yeah. They are. We'll just send them over to your yard, Meg.
All right. So let me see if I can add a couple little details
cool.
here. This little, we'll get a little bit lighter.
Oh, Brenda says a chipmunk, Chippy, broke into our screen-in porch to eat spicy peanuts in the shells. It then came inside and drank our cat's water. Cat didn't care.
Ben was yelling at a squirrel today because it had jumped up on the bird feeder.
Our Ben or Meg's Ben?
Our
okay.
Ben. Yeah, no, I don't. Maybe Meg's Ben was as well. I didn't hear it.
The squirrel was on the bird
got
feeder?
up there and Ben's like, I hear him there. Hey, get on there! Get on there! Scaring it off.
I wonder where he learned that from.
I have no idea. So we got a circus peanut that is levitating because why not? It's like maybe
levitating circus peanut in his dreams,
right into my mouth. That's what he's thinking.
Meg says we were also yelling at squirrels. So yes, very shared experience here. If you haven't figured out by now, Meg is our neighbor right next door. So, and her husband's name is Ben. So we both have Bens.
Okay, so here's the thing: if you draw a little light, if you have little lighter lines, so you can do that on the very top, then you get that little wrinkly.
Oh, that's cool.
Wrinkly
I love that
feeling.
Shadow.
And then I can put some little hairs here too.
I like the purple background for this.
Yeah, it looks pretty good, I think.
Yeah, it looks.
So there you go. There is a elephant dreaming about circus peanuts.
Something sweet.
Why not?
I thought it was gonna be salty, but you guys went sweet. Which
I like it. And of course, if you are drawing along with us, I want to see you. You could have that elephant dreaming about something different, perhaps.
Helen, I'm freaking out, Helen. She says, "I have a squirrel getting so brave. I'm concerned it might crawl up in my lap as I'm reading."
Yeah, sometimes that freaks out. Rachel with the Schitt's Creek callback. Dr. Clara Mandrake knows the crows have eyes. Baby. That's good. Let's see. Where is my little...
Steven, I love this.
Little email. I don't know if where it is to be
Oh,
able to tell people to...
KJ@escapeadulthood.com. Send us your artwork. I hope maybe
There you go.
I can put it up there. Yeah.
So yes, please draw us your little elephant. I want to see it. Put some little accessories on there. Have fun with it.
Maybe theirs isn't dreaming of a peanut.
I know that's whatever they want to be dreaming about.
Right?
I'm open to
dreaming big.
Maybe there's a little girl elephant in there, and then who knows?
This is turning into a love story.
It could be a love story in 3 parts.
You should write a children's book about it.
Well, last week we drew Life Balance, which, as everyone knows, is a little bit broccoli and a little bit cookie. Mm-hmm. And Steven sent this one, and even did the whole little scale, which is great. I love that. Mm-hmm. And then I've got a good one from a couple weeks ago. We did that Very Hungry Caterpillar. Jennifer Tackett with
don't you love the little sections of the body?
I do. It's very
it makes me want to make my own and see what each pattern would be.
Yeah, it definitely seems like it could be a fun craft project, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, please send your creations to kj@escapeadulthood.com. We always love seeing them, and you might just show up on next week's show. All right, meme of the week. Can I borrow a suitcase? I only have a little trunk.
Aw, baby elephants.
Come on now.
Oh, baby elephants are
Had
so
to
cute.
get a little cute baby elephant in there. And speaking of elephants, baby or otherwise, what time is it when the elephant steps on your coffee table? Time to get a new coffee table. Love it.
I love Kristen.
Very good. Very good.
But did anyone else, when they were in 4th grade, get from the school library the 101 joke books where it's 101 jokes about school?
It's like the original dad jokes.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
You'd sit there because you're finally reading and you're just this is good stuff, you guys. Right?
Super good. Yeah. So this week I want to talk about a little bit of an update because we got some cool things to share. You may remember the Because COVID project that we started about a month ago. And the premise here is to print out the sign, take a picture of yourself with a blessing that happened because of COVID. We all know the negative things that happened. We lived through it for 18 months.
Should we talk about it? Do you want to talk about the negative things?
No, not really.
Oh,
but I think
most people we're with do.
We've talked enough about it, but let's talk about some of the good. Not to discount any of the bad things, but to appreciate the good things that came out of it. And so we invited you to print out a sign like that, and basically send us a picture with your COVID blessing. And we've been getting, we had an update a couple weeks ago with some of the ones we received. They've been starting to pile up, so we wanted to get some more.
In fact, the person who sent us a bunch is on the comments.
Oh, is she? Cool.
Yes,
well,
Kate,
hopefully I have some of those. So, Kara,
this is great.
Now I'm just going to have to try to read some of these. I started creating weekly videos to help others.
Others.
Yes.
That look like cheers.
I know. It's farther away to
we're doing
read.
like an eye test here. Can I read that?
Yeah. So way to go, Kara. I love that picture.
Yes.
Jennifer has picture drawings of all the different things that she reconnected with because of COVID, which is great.
Love how she did it in her
Darla,
style.
yes, Darla, I think spent time with her 88-year-old mom. I remember it from before. I'm trying to remember around Christmas time.
Yes,
so that
for
was
like a
kind of
month.
a cool thing.
Is that they got together for like a month? Yeah.
And then so was it Bell and Health? Is that right? They the entire staff, or a big chunk of the staff, did a bunch. And so this one, my dog has walked 10,000 miles like that because of COVID. I got to slow down and watch my baby grow.
Awesome.
Babies, yeah.
Babies.
Babies. This is baby in her chamber.
Sorry if you haven't watched Schitt's Creek.
I like this. Yeah, I had to stay home in my attic every day, and he seems happy.
I know.
About it. So I think
he should just change the word "had." I got to.
Yeah.
Because I think that's probably an
like
awesome thing.
Chained up there in quarantine.
Should we check on this guy?
Seems pretty happy. I like this one. More family time.
Yeah.
I think we can all write that one down.
Yeah.
Because COVID, I am more present. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Oh, this is good. I discovered Simply Cheetos White Cheddar.
I have not discovered Simply Cheetos White Cheddar.
Yeah?
Can you add that to the grocery list next week?
I don't know. The pandemic is over. I don't know if we can do that.
He knows better.
This is a good one. Decided to invest in myself and my education. Masters, here I come.
Oh, that's awesome.
A good one. And then I'm a better adventurer and homebody.
See? How often can you actually talk about both of those?
Life balance.
Right? Mm-hmm.
And this is a good one. I hope I can read this because I took better care of my mental health and reached out for help.
Ooh,
so
very awesome.
That was one of my favorite ones of all of them, besides the Cheetos one. But both of those were really good.
Don't you wish that would be the one that almost everybody put down?
Yeah,
because we all needed to different varying degrees, right? Mental health has been a big issue for all of us.
So the link to get your very own sign right here was listed in the chat. It's escapeadulthood.com/because-COVID.
What if someone doesn't have a printer?
Well, then you can make up your own sign. I don't really care.
Yeah, Sharpie.
This is just meant to be easy.
Yeah.
Here, Kate says this is her team. That was her team. And we got even more photos than this, but I kind of didn't want this to be a 3-hour Godfather marathon. So thank you for doing that, Kate. Those were so awesome to see. And I'd invite you guys to do the same. I actually, when we started this, I offered in the Insider that I would send out $20 gift cards to 5 random people who participated. I have sent out 3 so far.
Ooh.
There are 2 left.
Okay.
So if you want to be in the running here, send us your picture, post it on social media, tag us at Escape Adulthood.
I think this is part of the healing process, you guys. We have to think about what good things we're bringing into this next season. And I saw someone ask, maybe it was Meg, about Kara's video. So I hope Kara has put that link, but maybe just in case.
Meg says, how can we see Kara's video? So Kara, if you are still with us, which I assume you are, feel free to drop your link in the chat so people can check those out.
Yes.
Because
right for homebodies.
Pretty cool.
And Kate, thank you for the inspiration of sharing this beyond, just this show and being able to bring it to your team. And please, if you have a team or a group of people, even if it's just a Google Hangout group of friends from college or something, it's like the more the merrier around
Yes.
this.
Also, Kate, is that guy, was he trapped in the attic or what happened there?
Is that
just like
I had to be in the attic?
Maybe that's his man cave. Maybe that's his.
But the hat.
Maybe that's his happy place.
Word choice is big. I had to be in the attic. Was there chains?
I don't know. Again, he seems healthy. He seems happy.
Wise? I don't know. Please check on him, Kate. We feel better about it.
Hoping that's all going okay. But it is getting to the point of the show where Kelsey says we need to know more about Ash Guy. We need more details.
I mean, I don't even know his name, so now I'm just feeling like he's
maybe
really
he got
anonymous.
forced. Maybe he got forced into doing this project.
Oh.
Okay, so that's my guess. Kate says he struggled with my request. I'm working on him. Yeah, I got a sense there's
Don't send him the link to this show
little
tonight.
bit of sarcasm in there, a little bit maybe, but it's okay. It's okay.
Everybody's got
smile.
a COVID story.
He had the smile. Yep. All right, it's time to give something away because
Let's do it.
I'm like Santa Claus in June.
Oh man.
Okay, not sure why I still have this on here
tonight. By the way, you guys, nice job.
That was from several giveaways ago. Okay, so this is a weird one, and I think you guys are gonna love it.
Unusual. Then,
If an evil sorcerer transformed you into an elephant, what would be an unexpected upside? So what would be kind of cool about being an elephant?
Okay. I love that it's an evil sorcerer, not just like a witch or something.
Yeah, I wanted to kind of be
dark,
edgy.
I
didn't think it would be a thing people would ask for. That would be kind of a curse. But maybe it's like, joke's on you, evil sorcerer. This is awesome.
Epic, right?
Circus Peanuts.
So you are an elephant. You're not riding an elephant.
No, you are. You've been transformed. Do you know what transformed means?
Yeah, Transformers.
More than meets the eye. All right, so this is. Oh, by the way, what can they win, Kim?
Oh yes, and we do have very comfortable gift cards, as Helen was mentioning. And what do we mean by that? Well, they're kind of like the soft T-shirts that everybody loves. That once you have one, you can't have the other T-shirts anymore. Once you have this kind of gift card, you're going to just throw away other gift cards. You're going to be like, yuck, I can't touch it. This is super soft. Just $10.
That's what these gift cards. Terrible. All right. Well, I already like what I'm seeing here.
All right. I need some help. My brain
you guys
is
are
like
picking
waves.
up what I'm putting down. Okay. And that's why I love you.
Did you know my head would be waves?
Yep.
You should make a waves sound effects.
How about this?
Right there.
This is what happens. I'll be like, hey, Kim, can you give me a question, a really fun, good question that will get people really thinking that's kind of weird and different?
Like, I got up at 4:50 this morning. I got nothing left, okay? All right, what do we got going
Yes, I did.
All right, so if an evil sorcerer transformed you into an elephant, what would be an unexpected upside?
Let's see.
What do we got? Let's see. I went up too high.
We gotta thank you, Joe.
Transporting Prince Ali.
Oh, see?
Better memory. Better memory. Everybody knows.
Oh, yeah.
Elephants don't forget anything. Being able to give myself a shower.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's a good one. I like that. Awesome. I could finally reach stuff on the top shelf without needing a step stool.
It's helpful.
I would be more patient and wise.
Nice one, Mary.
Rachel, screw me. Do the water at everyone else.
Isn't there like a what's that book that if I had it's like a Dr. Seuss series book.
Oh yeah, it was like different parts of the animal.
Yes, I can't think of it.
That's a great story. Thanks for sharing that. Not worrying about my weight, eating whatever I want.
Epic.
Here's to that. Those awesome. White cheddar Cheetos.
I know.
Rush hour would be a lot easier.
Oh, nice. Just walk over the cars.
Kelsey, I'd finally be taller than everyone. See the top shelf at the grocery store.
Wonder what they have up there. You didn't know.
Yeah. Kate, I wouldn't wear pants anymore and never worry about how tight my pants are.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Oh, man.
How about smashing all the spiders without fear?
That's awesome.
Ooh, I like this one. This is deep. Thicker skin.
That's making me think. I like it. Sharon?
Don't worry about my waistline. Oh, man. Baby elephants.
Oh, right? The sweetest scene of Dumbo, right? When Dumbo and Miss Jumbo or whatever her name is. Is her name really Jumbo?
Yeah, Jumbo. Miss Jumbo. Helen, knowing others would make way in a crowd.
Oh, that's helpful.
That's pretty good.
Yep.
Wouldn't have to be bothered that I can't fit into my pre-COVID clothes. I know, because they're so big on us now. Because we all lost weight.
Yeah,
Remember?
all that running.
Remember how that happened?
All that running we did.
Christy built in air conditioning, staying cool with my big flappy ears.
That's helpful.
How about trunk hugs?
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Martha, awesome family with other elephants.
Aww.
Yeah, they all stick together, don't they?
They do.
All you can eat peanuts.
Wes.
Pretty good.
It's good protein for your races, Wes.
Female leaders. Yeah, we could use a few more of those around, couldn't
yes.
we? Remember we did that one time ago of like when the election was going on of like what fictitious person would you most like to be president? That was a good discussion. That was very early on in the show.
I barely remember that. I don't remember our past shows.
No, thanks for
keep moving.
Thanks for playing. It's good. Wild track through China.
Ooh.
Yeah, they pretty much can go wherever they want, right?
You know what I thought? It would be kind of fun to be in a parade. Like in that setting, right? To be the elephants like leading the parade.
Yeah,
kind of fun.
It'd be pretty good. All right, you guys, good work. Good work keeping it coming in for these next couple minutes. We will pick a winner right at the end here, which is coming very quickly. But you know what? I know if you are watching this and if you enjoyed this show, you probably want to be an Escape Adulthood insider.
That's what I'm talking about.
Our Merry Band of Adultitis Fighters is about 18,000 strong from all over the place. And I think I have a spider on me or something.
Oh, no.
Keeps crawling up.
Oh.
Anywho.
Creepy. That means it's going to come on me.
I know. I tried.
Is it? I don't know.
No.
Oh, well.
Well, this show's got to be over quickly so I can scream like a schoolgirl.
So you can jump on the table.
Yes. Anywho, if you are not already an Escape Adulthood insider, please join us. It is free. You get access to the Adultitis Fighter Arsenal. Did you know that? You watching right now, did you know that at the bottom of every issue, there's a little link to the Adultitis Fighter Arsenal with the password. And we have all kinds of downloads, ebooks.
Yes, there's full books in there, you guys.
Coloring pages,
artwork,
all kinds of good stuff. So take advantage of that if you haven't already. And that's pretty much it for this show. Do you have something else you wanted to say?
Yeah, Helen said you might have a wood tick on you.
No, it's not a wood tick. Thanks for brightening things up around here, Helen. Appreciate that.
No, she's looking out. You don't want Lyme disease. She's just looking out for you.
I appreciate that. I'm joshing with you, Helen. I'm joshing with you.
He's like that older brother that you got to kick really hard under the table.
Like Kate says that if I were an elephant, my dry skin would finally be in.
Oh, I love it. And Julie said wrinkles are expected.
Yeah.
I like that one too.
Yeah, it's kind of
right?
No.
They're endearing.
Yeah, do you think... Do baby elephants have as many wrinkles? Do you think like elephants walk around like
Do they get more wrinkles?
Oh, they're all over me. It's ridiculous. All right. Well, I think we've gone long enough tonight where it's off the rails. Pretty much that. So that is it for this show, you guys. Until next time, Adultitis Fighters.
Shine on, spread whimsy, and keep being awesome.